Hi there. We're going to make a Photoshop document optimized for printing on the dye sub printer. And so we're going to make a new file, opens up this window. I'm in the print subcategory, but regardless, we're going to change the size of our page to be something a little, about 2 or 3 times the size of the object that we measured that we're going to use for dye sub printing. So I've got 5 inch by 5 inch page. And very important, we're going to change the color to CMYK color. The default is RGB, but we'll need to change it to CMYK so that the colors match exactly the method of printing that our printer has a 4-color toner system. And so let me just create that document. And let me see if this will work. Cool. Yeah, this is the image from just the image from the internet that shows the dog bone keychain that I am going to be designing image to place on top of this keychain. So I measured the keychain. It is 2 inches from the edge of this uh, dog bone and then to the edge of this. And it is 1 5/8 of an inch from the bottom of this to the top of the keychain loop for attachment that I'll attach later. And so I want to design a rectangle that is that size, just slightly larger than that, so that it will cover up this entire white part with whatever my image is. So let me just delete that. And I'm going to make a rectangle. If you are working with, come on, buddy. If you have a circle, you can go ahead and make a square that will be a little bit bigger than that. It's just got a delay right now. Okay, rectangle. And I'll make my rectangle. And over here in inches, let me unlock. And the width is 2 inches. And the height is 1 5/8. Let me get my calculator so I can get that. 5 divided by 8. Should have that memorized. 0.625. 1.625 inches. So if I design within this rectangle, it will, my image will fit, but I need to keep in mind, let me remove the fill, that I do not want to create another rectangle. I want to keep in mind that this part right here is just that little hanger part. And, it kind of, let me go ahead and just put that picture back in here. That these parts right here aren't going to be holding my design. And so I want to make sure that my design is as big as this. And actually, I want to make it slightly larger than that, just a tiny bit larger. How come it's not selecting? Nudge, nudge, so I can have a little bit of overlap. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is place an object in there, a picture that I already had photoshopped. And so this is the original picture of my cat. Hold the shift key while I shrink it so that it maintains its aspect ratio and doesn't skew my perfect cat. And shift. Let me just put that underneath my rectangle, lower my cat down below the rectangle so I can kind of see the rectangle there. Let me grab the rectangle and modify the stroke to make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. Um, and scooch that guy over so that he's kind of centered on there. So I'm going to move him down a little bit just to make sure that his beautiful little face. Nope, I don't want to go down that much because I do want that galaxy part to cover up the top of this part of the keychain. All right, so I think I'm going to take that rectangle and use that as a selection tool to mask this so that I don't mask my cat, so that I don't waste too much printer ink. Very similar to our button project. There we go. So this is what I'm going to print, what I want to print on my keychain. But before we print, when we print with dye sub, we need to flip our images, mirror flip them, because otherwise they'll be backwards. You guys are going to have text on your objects, so it's very important that you flip it or all your text will be backwards. So the way to do that is you go to image, and I'm sorry, edit, transform. If you have multiple layers, you will need to merge them in order to do this. So I recommend you make a copy of your file. And so you can keep your file with all the layers that you might want to go back and change again. Make a copy, merge all the layers, then you'll be able to do this transform down here, flip it horizontally. There we go. Now when I put this on the keychain, scooch it over so it's in that rectangle, just so I don't have a line on the side. When I put this on the keychain, it will look just like my cat with his larger white paw on the left than on the right. It won't be a mirror image of that sweet boy. All right. So yeah, that's, I guess, all I wanted to show you on this walkthrough video. Oh, if you are using existing images, then you're going to go up to image mode, and that's where you can change to the CMYK color, because it's in RGB if you haven't changed it to CMYK. That and how to flip it, and the idea that you want to make it an exact size with a little bit of overhang so that you don't have to, if you don't line it up quite perfectly, it'll still look good, but make it the exact size of the object surface that you are planning on transferring this image to.